So I'm going to speak a little bit longer today about breast health. There's a lot of things that we can do to prevent breast cancer, just taking care of yourself, and also things that we can do nutritionally. There's no way we can 100% prevent it. Making sure that our diet is clean, making sure that we're eating tons of foods with antioxidants. Dark leafy greens have tons of oxidants, different color foods, making sure we're really eating the rainbow. It's really important because there's so many different antioxidants and nutrients in those different color foods that it's a very important way to make sure that we're getting all of them. So making sure we're not just sticking to one color, we're not just sticking to leafy greens, but we want to get a whole variety of fruits and vegetables in our diet. Spices as well. Turmeric has a ton of anti-inflammatory, antioxidant properties. Other spices, cinnamon, all of those are really great. Making sure we're adding them. And you guys know from the different recipes that I do is I always really try to use spices and new spices and different spices because you really don't know. You don't need to do research on what nutrients, what antioxidants and everything, but just making sure that we're using them in our diet, using them in our recipes is just a really good way to ensure that we're doing them. If you have some time, go into a spice market, see some new things that you may not have heard of or you may not have used. Ask the people in the store because there are tons of really great health properties in spices. So it's a really great way of making sure that we're getting them and making sure that we're getting those health benefits and those antioxidants. Some other things that we can do is different methods of cooking, making sure that we're keeping the properties, keeping the antioxidant, or keeping those nutrients. Roasting is great. You're still getting the benefits of the vegetable, but blanching and steaming, which blanching is steaming, but very quickly, making sure we're like still getting that bite and that crunch in that vegetable, not steaming it, not making it too soft. That's going to preserve more of the nutrients. So making sure that we're using different cooking methods for our vegetables and we're not only steaming and we're not only making it into mush, but that we're making sure that we're going to preserve as much as possible. These are all things that we can do to get the best health benefits, get the most amount of nutrients that we can in our diet. Just making sure we're switching it up, adding some new ingredients, new fruits, new vegetables. It's a great way to try new things.
I'm actually going to make a vegetable curry. I was traveling and I was on a plane and they turned around and said that they'd run out the dish that I wanted. So they offered me like a vegetable curry. And at the time, I wasn't too pleased. It was so delicious that I wanted to lick the bowl. It was really good. So I was like, you know what? I was thinking about, I'm going to recreate this at home. And honestly, it's probably a great thing that I did. So anyway, I've got the pan heating up here, nice and hot. Okay, I have my oil. I just turned it off a second ago, so these should sizzle a little bit still. I'm going to put some onions in here. I'm going to show you how to make this coconut rice. This was so good. I'm using basmati rice. I'm using whole grain rice, but I'm using basmati this morning. And I'm doing it with unsweetened coconut milk. So make sure you clean your can. You're going to do 1 cup of water. And then you're going to do 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk.
The coconut rice is a little lighter than you would imagine it is.
And it goes so well with curry.
It really does. So yeah, make sure you always clean your cans because you never know what's down in like the supermarket basements.
Yeah, just rinse off those lids.
While that's doing, I'm going to do 1 cup of coconut milk. Right. And I've already put salt in there and a little bit of olive oil. You see, now I'm going to go back up to the onions. For the sauté, I'm going to add 2 nice spoons of chopped up garlic that I already had pressed. Let that sauté. Then I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of brown turmeric.
Turmeric is such an interesting spice. It's light, but the color of it is so nice.
And a little goes a long way.
And I'm going to do a whole teaspoon of curry powder.
What kind of curry powder are you using, Sam? I'm just curious.
I'm actually using Bowl and Basket.
Okay.
There's a lot out. I actually really this brand. It's not overly expensive.
Yeah, it's less expensive than a lot of the other ones.
Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna put that. I might put a tiny bit more oil in there. Give me a little set. And it dips our ends. And then I have some veggies here. I have lots of vegetables. Let me show you what I have. I've got some sweet potatoes going on. So we have a complex carb. We have also some cauliflower. I also blanched them just because for them to cook before I add the oven. I really wanted to show you the whole thing. I thought it was like really important to show you everything. And then I have some peppers, zucchini, And then I have some chickpeas. I'm going to put these chickpeas down.
Talk about the rainbow.
I have the rainbow.
It is the rainbow.
And then I'm going to add the peppers. I have some peppers here. I'll use everything. You see it all coming. And the smell is unbelievable.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we're going to put some salt. And you can adjust your salt and pepper later on. Salt and pepper. And also I have the leafy green. So that'll go right in at the end after everything comes together. So with a quick stir. Right now I'm going to add the sweet potato. As I mentioned, it's already like almost there. The sweet potato. Quickly wash my rice. I always make sure I wash my rice good.
Especially basmati can be real starchy.
This come out so light and fluffy. I never made coconut rice before, so this was new to me. It was so simple. It's actually really simple. Right, now I need a whole can of this.
We got coconut milk there too.
We're going to put some salt. We're going to let that go. And right at the end, I'll add the spinach. So what I'm going to do, like really get hot, and then I'll simmer it and just leave it. It comes very nice. I'll show you what it comes at the end of it. This is my coconut rice with the curry. And then today, the water of the week is iced lemon water.
Beautiful.
I have some fresh cilantro. And let me just remind you, I did this earlier and I was going to talk about it. When you get your herbs, always soak them because you find so much sands at the bottom of it. And if you put it in water, it comes off more. If you just rinse it, you'll end up with like still spraying. So rinse it till it's really clear. I just wanted to show you how dirty the water is.
Oh, wow.
That's a really good way of getting your herbs in that clear.
Right, that looks so good. I love how you did the rice like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So nice. I love creamy dressing, which is probably why I love using avocado as a base, because I love finding ways to make things a certain texture I like, but using healthy fats, using protein, things like that. So actually, typically, I don't put yogurt in the dressing just because I don't eat milk and meat together. I use usually a coconut yogurt. I actually don't have anymore, so I'm just not putting yogurt in it, which is totally fine. But you can put Greek yogurt into this to make it extra creamy, add some protein into it. The avocado alone is adding nice healthy fat. So what I would do is, because I'm not adding the protein into this, I'm just doing healthy fats, I would make sure my salad is heavy in protein. So put some tofu, put some canned tuna, chicken, whatever it is, just making sure that we're getting it that way. But if you're going to have like just a vegetable based salad, I still think you should add some protein in there, but making sure you're getting enough protein, because we always talk about prioritizing that. It's a good thing to add some yogurt into it. It also does make it a little creamier, and it also adds a really nice taste to it. So I'm not putting in any yogurt today, but I have my avocado in here.
Is that a whole avocado?
I did a whole avocado, but they're small. I have baby avocados. You can still use a whole avocado of a big one, but I did use a smaller avocado just because those were a little bit riper. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some dried herbs. So here we have some parsley. I'm just going to put a little bit in there. You can use fresh herbs. I actually prefer fresh herbs, but I do like to use my dry herbs. Another interesting dried herb I'm going to use is dried mint. I absolutely love dried mint, and I love dried mint in a dressing. I think it's delicious. It just changes the whole taste and everything of this salad. So I put in my herbs. I like to put them in first because I think it like opens up a little bit and let it sit in there. So I put my herbs and my avocado. I'm going to do a little bit of garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic, but for dressing, I don't really think it makes much of a difference. It's going to be blended anyways. I have some lemon juice. Don't worry, again, if you get the seed in, you can always take it out. And if it goes in the blender, it's probably going to blend up anyways. It's fine. So I have some lemon juice. I have a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I find, especially if you have the yogurt in there, it like cuts it a little bit and it gives it a nice like vinegary taste. I'm not doing too much. I'm going to say it's about a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Then I have my olive oil. So we're going to do about a tablespoon of olive oil. And then I'm just going to add some water to thin it out. So you don't want to add too much water because you can always add more. Just a little bit of water to start. Like I put a tiny bit of water to start. Now I'm going to put this on. Usually green goddess dressing becomes green because there's so many herbs in there, but this is becoming green because of the avocado, and it's so creamy. I'm going to show you with this spoon here. It smells so good. I can't even tell you guys. It's so good. It's a really nice consistency. This is
beautiful.
definitely a little thicker than I like it, so I'll probably go
Put a little more water.
But again, you don't want too much water. It is super, super delicious. You can also use this as a dip and keep it thicker, but if you're going to use it as a dressing, the taste is perfect. The apple cider vinegar gives it such a nice kick. It like really flavors the avocado. It brings out its flavor. It's really delicious. Super easy. You put it on any salad. You can also use this as a marinade and keep it thicker. So it's very versatile. You can always keep it a little bit thicker in your fridge. Add some water if you're going to use it as a dressing and decide later. But it's super delicious, super easy. You can definitely mash this using like a spoon or a fork. But again, in a blender, it's going to come out nice and creamy.
Love that. And so versatile, like you said, too. It's like you can do it to whatever consistency you need it to be for your purposes.
Exactly.
Wonderful.